So I'm gonna go over a trade recap today I had on ES. Ended up losing $265, so logged back in on the TradeAvate account just to show. So obviously you see down 265 bucks. I've been taking some back shots lately, but gonna go through all the confluences. So on the high time frame 4 hour, obviously we see today was bearish at the time. Obviously now it's bullish with this candle, but at the time this morning definitely bearish. Hourly bearish, but we did have some nice confluences going the other way. We see that we took out New York session lows from yesterday. So right at the end of London session feeding into New York session. So basically just pre-market New York session. And then obviously we have these two very obvious draws of liquidity up here being London session and Asia session highs. Obviously two super easy draws of liquidity. But we ended up not seeing any moves down. So a couple things on the 5 minute I noticed. One was this breaker block that we formed right at the end of the London session. Obviously we see this final move down before the move up. Obviously this is a really nice 5 minute order block. And then we also have this bearish order block right here. We see this move up before this very big move down. So this really wasn't getting fed into too much. Obviously, like when we feed into the macro, we didn't really see any move up here. It kind of was more pre-market stuff. So it was kind of just believing that it was going to be bearish. So really what happened on this is I just got wicked out, to be honest. So really what I should have done if I entered at the top of this wick, which is what I should have done, and then had my $5 stop loss, which would have been 92, so 7. That's not right. That's not correct. 92 to 97. No, this is not when I would have entered. But it should have been. Oh, no. Sorry. It's right here. Okay. So instead of entering when I should have, which would be right at the top of this candle, and obviously you see would have had plenty of wiggle room if I entered right here at 79 and then had a stop loss at what would have been 84.25. So this roughly would have been where I'd entered. So this would have been obviously stop loss up here, and then we see this take profit would have been down here. So obviously would have given me an absolute nightmare with how this price action ended up being. But 79 to 69 would have been right here. This can't be right. There's no way this is... Oh, it's because I'm on the 5 minute. Okay, I'm stupid. Sorry. That's not right. Okay, this looks way better. Okay, so obviously we see this really aggressive move down so that we get that market, we get a market structure shift to the downside, so a complete closure below these lows, and then also we get a break of structure to the downside, obviously, right here. So, I'm sorry, I was going to say that doesn't look right. So then we... what I should have done is entered on the top of this candle. So if I entered on the top of this candle, which would have been at 79, stop loss would have been at 84. Obviously, I'm still in the trade up here, and then obviously we see we hit take profit a few minutes later. But instead, I waited until I was down. Obviously, I don't know exactly when I entered, but it was right around here at the down of this candle at 75, and then obviously stop loss would be right around 80. And then we see I obviously ended up getting stopped out. So would have been a right around here, 1 to 2 RR. So obviously a few minutes later, would have been take profit hit. It would have been, I think it was just a hair higher than this, but either way, I kind of just got top wicked out. So rough, price action. I just somehow got in at a very choppy point. If I entered when I should have, which was right at the opening of this candle, and had my stop loss set up here, I would have been good. I would have been in the trade. I would have won this trade. Obviously, it doesn't look super pretty, but I would have hit this trade. But again, it just was not the best entry. So that happened yesterday again. If I entered when I should have had, I wouldn't have gotten top wicked out. I would have been well in the trade. So I just have to be more committed. Like once I see this down move, we're going short, man, because we're going to continue to rip down. And that's obviously what we continue to do, a few minutes after that until right around 10:30. We were still bearish. So, again, not terrible trades. All these trades that I'm taking are not bad. The only bad trade I had was when I traded during CPI, and it wasn't like I traded during the news. It was after, and it was a decent setup, but just price action on CPI is just never good. But all these trades are solid trades. It's not like I'm just entering to enter. Like they're following either order flow confluences or my other strategy, which is liquidity sweep, order block, market structure shift, right? We have a ton of other confluences going the other way. They're not terrible trades, to say the least. I've only taken 1 or 2 that were really, really bad, and the rest are valid trades, right? This isn't just, I'm not just hopping in this trade. There's other confluences behind it, right? And that's kind of why I still got this confidence of, okay, we can still, obviously I can still pass this account. I mean, I'm still 500 in the green, so I still have to lose a lot of trades. I have to lose 10 trades in a row to lose the account. That's likely not going to happen. But again, we have some work to do on these executions, just right at that candle, because you'd be surprised, the past 2 days of how impactful entering at the right position with your stop loss is, right? It's very important that you enter when you're supposed to enter. So that's about it for the day. Tough trade, to say the least, but obviously I'm always transparent on these trades. I always will go through my wins, go through my losses, go through when I don't trade, etc. So that's pretty much it.